We're recording our podcast, guest.
You gotta whisper, he's still sleeping.
No, he's not sleeping anymore. Welcome to episode 37. Yeah, no.
Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings.
Feelings and dreams, sometimes.
Yep. And subscribe to us and like us.
Yeah.
Let me say that now.
Yeah, right. On all
already
things.
like you.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks.
We're very lovable, apparently.
Or adorkable. As Prillis would say.
Skrillex would say?
Prillis.
Oh.
April. I don't know if she wants us to use her real name, even though she's been on our podcast.
You already said it.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Mapril?
No, April. Maybe April. Who knows?
Yeah.
So we got an exciting podcast lined up for you, as usual.
We do.
All the bells and whistles.
All the whistles.
Actually, there are no bells, just whistles.
Mm-hmm. Like, do we have a special guest?
The world is our guest.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I feel like today is going to be a drop-in day.
It's going to be a drop-in day.
An adventurous kind of day. But I feel like we've definitely taken some new, bigger steps with our pod. Like, I feel like
absolutely.
So definitely make sure. I know that we talked about subscribing and stuff, but like make sure you check out our Let's Play stuff.
We have a Let's Play. I have the cable to my laptop, so I can finally upload it.
Oh no.
Yes, we talked about a sweepstakes where I gift one game from Steam or Humble Bundle because it's very generous. And but the price of that sweepstakes is you have to come up with a recipe for us.
Yes.
And to get us started, I thought of some names.
Oh yeah.
Some recipes. Because last week was about barrel rolls, which were fruit roll-ups with nerds inside of them. Mm-hmm. So now I want to just use the inside jokes from our other podcasts, see if we can get some kind of food idea out of it.
Yes.
Starting with, hey, listen bars.
Hey, listen bars. That's good. That's good. Yes, an on-the-nose reference to a certain individual that won our NPC. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it. I don't want to get cussed out again, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we earned that cussing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, for making Navi the NPC of the year.
Yes.
Okay. But I would think that, hey, listen bars are loud, obnoxious, and they repeat on you.
Right.
Yes. Feeling 22. like an organic fruit lather. Yeah. Yes. It's
like
a
fruit
very
jerky.
It has to have cal. And
yeah.
Some kind of caffeine in it.
Something healthy.
No, I think Call of Gravy lamb chops.
I think that's just your dinner, Mike.
Yeah,
that's not.
Maybe.
That's just.
I'm sure there's some nerd who's like, I made Call of Gravy lamb chops 3.
Right. that's not original. Like that's lamb chops exist.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But these next ones are going to be just amazing. I think we're going to stick to this one.
Yes.
Slippy Joe's.
Slippy Joe's. Like, again, you're just naming things that are recipes already.
Right, but we tweak it using the character, so it's going to be a bit meaty, strange.
Yes.
Maybe a cowardly meat.
Yes. What is a cowardly meat?
I don't know. It's one that ran away the most.
I feel like most vegans would argue that most meat should not be consumed and therefore cowardly.
So maybe
you are cowardly to consume it.
Yeah. So maybe Slippy Joe's is all soy.
Yes. Yes, soy is the wimpiest meat.
Yeah. What about Stunner Pops?
Stunner Pops. I actually like that. That's really good.
Yes.
Stunner Pops. I'd eat that.
It tastes like a blackout.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But also at the same time, well, I mean, that hasn't bothered us before. I was going to say there might be some copyright infringement, and if there's one guy you don't want collecting on that, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I think he'd be honored. We made Stunner Pops.
Yes. What would be in it?
I
horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Like, I really want our audience to make one of these, and then we would give them a prize.
Yes. Let's see. What else is good? What do you think?
The Old Cold Stone.
That's literally just something that we say.
Yeah, that's ice cream in the style of the rattlesnake, I guess. The Gravity Gum.
The Gravity Gum.
Mm-hmm.
You want someone to create gum for us?
Yes. If you could just give us gum, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be. I like getting paid in trying layers.
BioShots Infinity.
Oh no.
Alcohol free, of course.
Okay.
It's if you were to make a drink, it would have to be strong, but not for the reasons you're thinking.
Right. You know, something that a video gamer would consume for a late night session.
Mm-hmm. Mountain Dew has to be in there somewhere.
Obviously.
Daredeviled eggs.
Like again, like that already exists.
Okay, Luke Cage-free chicken wings.
Again, like.
All right, what about lemony Snickers?
Again, that's a candy bar that exists already.
But with lemons somewhere put in there.
Oh man.
Would you eat something called the 21 Pilates? You have to do Pilates. You have to do Pilates after it. That's how unhealthy it is.
I was gonna say Pilates isn't a food, so.
South of the Borderland tacos.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. But again, I feel like you're not creating like new foods, Mike. You're just putting a new name on some old food.
Well, yeah, like the purpose is to take a pop culture reference and have our audience kind of go with that.
Right.
Use the reference to their food liking.
Right.
Like Nord nachos.
Right.
If Skyrim were to make nachos, what would it taste like?
It would probably just be a giant hunk of meat.
Yes.
So, see, I was thinking more along the lines of something like Tingleberry Pie, where it's like...
You might like No Man's Pie.
What is No Man's Pie?
Oh, well, what I imagine is it's based on the promises of a great food,
right?
But delivers on none of them.
Right. So you're expecting a great pie, and all you get is an empty pie crust.
Yes. Little Dabbies.
That's the name of this podcast.
Yes, Little Dabbies.
That's actually really funny. Little Dabbies.
Okay, let's see. What else do I got? Cinnamon Twitches.
Hey, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Sweet Chin Popsicles. Iron Man Witch.
Yes.
I want to know what a worship waffle would be.
I don't know. I feel like it's something that Jenny would like have her fingerprints on.
It would have oceans of syrup. That's all I know so far. And 10,000 reasons to like it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to make a worship waffle, we would love to try it.
No, 100%.
Limecraft.
Limecraft? Just a lime?
It's just a lime.
With like a creeper face.
Yes.
Carved into it.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's see. Anything else? Open two-faced sandwich. that might have been...
Like one piece of toast is like normal.
Yeah, the other one's black.
It's just burnt.
Yeah. Blue turtle shells.
Okay.
I want to know what that would look like.
What that would be, yeah.
It would be a snack that makes you feel last.
Right.
Makes you lose a race.
Right. You start off feeling on top of the world, and then just disappointment.
Yes. Yep.
I feel like a lot of these are just going to end in disappointment.
Yeah. Well, all of our foods have.
I don't know.
Loss of faith in humanity.
Right. I mean, that might be the Ariana Grande. The drug, not the same.
Yes.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Oh, any chance of fried trumplings?
High chance.
There's a high chance.
Something's got to get us through.
So based on all of those, what would the challenge be to our audience to make?
I think the challenge should be, I don't know, because I like the idea of I don't because where you're coming at it is you want to give them like an idea for them to create it. But I was kind of like, I kind of want to see what our audience can do and like come up with something, and then they come up with their own creative name. But I think there's a time, I think there's enough space for the challenge to do both. Yes. So like, I mean, what are your favorites from the list?
So I would love to see what a blue turtle shell tastes like.
Yes.
BioShots Infinity,
Yes.
alcohol free, or
I want to see No Man's Pie.
No Man's Pie. Yes, if you make a No Man's Pie, I want to see how disappointed a man can get.
Right, and it better not just be a shell with nothing in it.
Yes.
Because I already came up with that.
Slippy Joe's might be something. We might have something there.
Slippy Joe's. What if someone just makes us have Sloppy Joe's with frog legs?
Well, that would disappoint me. So
yeah.
They would nail it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that doesn't happen.
Other than that, I have Legend of Zebra Cakes.
You're just putting things in front of things that already exist.
Yes, because I really want zebra cakes. I want someone to put zebra cakes in a castle.
Yes.
And just eat it.
Oh man.
But I would eat some Feeling 22.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Who wouldn't?
So, anyways, that's my food ideas. If you want to take one of those,
yes,
show us what it would look like. You give us the ingredients. Put it on our Facebook. We'll try and make it.
Right.
We'll eat it. We'll name you on the podcast.
Right. Yes.
And then you'll win a little something.
Yeah. Something. Great. I'm excited.
Make sure you have a Steam account.
Yes. Or we'll figure something out.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I think maybe what we should do is like we'll have an episode like kind of dedicated to it, and we'll pick a couple of them, like 2 or 3, and then like we'll make them and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get like a panel of judges. Like it'll be like you, me, and like another couple people. Like,
then we have this tradition where every day in May we eat a blue turtle shell.
It's gonna be May.
All right. So, the world's oldest man died at 146 today.
What a transition!
What a transition! I thought some news would be good. Educate our podcast listeners. He died today, and he was a chain smoker.
Wow. Smoking's not good for you kids.
You'll die at 146. You don't want that.
No, you don't.
You're right.
Was that it? Was that just all?
Maybe I should spin it into a question.
You're gonna date the podcast now.
Yeah.
They're gonna 2 years from now, people are gonna be like, oh, this was filmed in 2017.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was from India, so Indian food.
Right.
Was his natural.
I don't think they call it Indian food there. I think they just call it food.
Yeah. So I want to know what kept him alive. I mean, science tells me it wasn't the chain smoking.
Right.
Did he go outside more?
Was he the guy from Street Fighter? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Dalsum?
Dalsum, yeah. Does he... No, I feel like I just got playfully racist. I don't know if that's
Placist?
Placist. Yeah. Does he do the whole yoga fire?
Does he do yoga?
Does he do yoga?
Yeah. Does he go outside? Does that counteract the smoking?
Right. Does he laugh every day?
Yeah.
I've heard that Benjamin Franklin said that he credited his long life to the fact that he took an open air bath every day.
Wow. I feel like that would be accomplished by going outside.
Yeah. I think it was more like the feeling of freedom taking a bath outside. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, no, let's see. I don't know. Did the guy eat an apple a day? Is that what kept death away?
I think it's in the naan.
Right,
Maybe there's something in the naan.
The naan bread? Maybe. Who knows? So an interesting thought, but in video games, I feel like increasingly, well, at the beginning, they would just respawn you, right?
Yeah.
No rhyme, no reason. They're just you're respawning.
Yeah.
But now it feels like every game is trying to do here's this technological piece of thing that revives you, whether that's Borderlands or whatever.
Bioshock.
Right, exactly. You get cloned, respawn. Maybe what are some of your favorite longevity giving?
Oh gosh. Oh.
The video game items.
the RPG Disgaea. Disgaea. I only see these things written. I never hear people say them.
Right.
But basically, you play. There's a knockoff. You play as the little servant penguin.
Oh, okay.
And all they say is, "Dude, bro," and they serve like this cruel witch. But you get 99 little servants to carry out her quests, and when they all die, you can't come back.
Continue, yeah. So the main character doesn't even die.
Yeah.
One of their servants dies. That's funny. They take the place. That's cool. That's good. But yeah, no, I think one of my favorites is definitely when you in BioShock, just the Vita tubes. I think that's something really interesting. But I feel like that in and of itself creates an interesting kind of time paradox, because then it's like you're not really coming back as your original self. You're coming back as a clone, or you're coming back as a copy. So it's like it's all these like branching timelines from that. So it's like, so what happens to the timeline where that, you know, whatever character you're playing dies? Like, are you playing in a new timeline? Is it a new like what is, you know, like what are the consequences? The consequences.
Yeah. What if you're a clone that doesn't really care as much about solving the crisis?
Right, exactly.
You want to live your own life.
Right. Like, what if there's something slightly off in the copy and it's like evil now? You know what I mean? Like, the implications, I feel like, are pretty big.
Yeah. And there's 2 games I know that use time travel. When you die, it reverses, it rewinds for a few seconds, and then you try again.
Yeah.
So what connotations does that have?
Right, exactly.
And one of the games it's annoying because you constantly go back 3 seconds, get shot, go back 3 seconds, and you have to do a micro split change.
Yeah.
And the other one, it's that Winx, that time traveling Xbox cat.
Okay.
I mean, that guy screwed up our future.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Or have you played Prince of Persia? I feel like of all the games that we've talked about, we've criminally not talked about Prince of Persia now.
Oh, yeah.
But in Sands of Time, like, you can, you know, all the parkouring and jumping, when you mess up, you can go back in time, also using the magical dagger. So, yeah, again, the implications of the time travel.
Right. I just think there's a clone machine.
Yeah.
That's owned by the villain.
Yeah.
And the twist at the end is the villain wanted you to come and save the princess for an ulterior motive.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. I was thinking of another thing. Okay, I remember now. In Mass Effect 3, Cerberus, when you come back, and then after you've been exploded, had your every spinal thing exploded, literally crashed through an atmosphere, crashed through a planet. Somehow you get revived. Yeah. With just like minor facial scars.
Yes.
But shout out to Cerberus.
Yeah.
Keeping Shep alive.
Yeah. Didn't that happen in the second one too?
Was that the second one? I think it was the second one.
The ship crashes and they always have the right technology to save you.
Yep.
And then that happened in Human Revolution.
Right.
Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Where, we'll rebuild him as a robot.
Right, exactly.
But they can't save him when he gets shot in the head by some street thug.
Right, exactly. Or like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Like the same idea.
I'm currently playing a game called Tower of Monsters. And it's about a cheesy 50s sci-fi movie. And as you're playing it, the director's giving commentary.
Oh, nice.
He's like, at this moment, we couldn't afford real robots, so we colored some puppies silver. And some people say, why is there so many action scenes in this movie? Well, let me just say, it's an action movie. That's what you came to see. You didn't come to see a dialogue movie.
Right, exactly.
And so it's hilarious, and every time you die, they're like, no, wait, that was the wrong cut.
Right. That's great.
It's pretty
and
cool.
They just rewind it back. That's great. That's really funny. But yeah, no. Interesting transition. Good conversation.
So that man died.
Right. Let's talk about video games.
If you were 146 years old, what would you do?
What would I do at 146?
Yes.
Whatever I wanted to, Mike.
You'd still be smoking.
Right, probably. Yeah, I feel like once you get to like age like 70, you can do pretty much whatever you want.
Right. You know, barring the fact that your youth, your energy, your mind is kind of degrading. You can do anything within those limits.
Pretty much. You can just go and just be crazy. And more often than not, like, you know, who's really going to stop a 70-year-old?
Right. But at that point, are you already ingrained to just go home, sit on a couch, watch Netflix?
Right.
Until you wake up at 9?
Exactly, Mike. But I don't have people on my back telling me that I can't do it.
Yes. Because they're like, oh, that guy's going to pass away soon.
Right.
Might as well give him it.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I think this is an interesting conversation to have. But do you think into the future, like when we're in nursing homes, Mike, that nursing homes are going to like change to like the stuff that we liked as you know, when we were growing up? You know, so like if you go to nursing homes now, like they'll be playing music from the era that they were born, or like they'll be playing games and there'll be movies and stuff from the time they were born. So like, but you know, like when we get to nursing homes, so they're gonna play like Daredevil and like like Luke Cage and like Game of Thrones and like Skrillex music and Game Boys. Like,
now on TV Land,
right?
Daredevil,
exactly. So like, what do you think about that?
Oh, I can't wait to be the old guy saying, you know, we had this classical music called Sick Puppies.
Sick Puppies.
Yes. That's back when deathcore was good.
Yes, exactly. Not this wishy-washy.
Not your Skrillex clones.
Right, exactly. Skrillex clones. Doesn't even sound like Skrillex anymore. Why are we just sounding like Sean Connery?
Well, I hope to age like that.
Yes.
I hope the older I get,
the more like Sean Connery.
Scottish I become.
Right, the more Sean Connery you are. That's great.
So, you have big news.
Do I?
You do. You made it Facebook official.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I was like...
Are you ready to make it podcast official?
Yes, I found a lady friend. A lady friend.
A lady friend. But not a lady friend of the night.
No. I was not implying that.
Okay, good. Good. This is a wholesome show. We make wholesome decisions.
Yes, we do.
All our friends are in the daytime.
Right. Well, I don't know about that. But yes, I met a lady friend. Her name's Megan. She's really cool. She actually listens to our podcast.
That's great. She's number 13. According to our last episode.
But actually, no, she was listening to our last podcast. So
that is amazing.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to some of the folks out there, but I do send her advanced copies sometimes.
Oh, so she's not number 13.
Yeah. Well, no. She did listen to it, downloaded, but I also sent it to her early too. So I mean,
it's kind of like why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
For free. Yeah. Yes. Using me for my podcast. But no, funny enough, she would listen to it at her old work, and like, so she worked in a bursary office, like in a grocery store. So she's just like in an office, and she would like play us. So like people at her old work like would listen to us, but they never like followed us. But they know who we are, which is weird. So we have like a little cult following in like randomly in Spencer, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice. So that explains because last week you gave a cryptic comment that Lynn,
did I?
Lynn and I were trying to decode one night. You said, "I'm going to Boston to see my ball and chain."
I did.
You did, and I'm like, I'm getting some kind of romance tones from this.
Yes.
Unless he's going to Boston to work on a slave ship.
On a slave ship, or in a rock quarry.
Yeah.
Which, as it turns out, is what it felt like. Yeah. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Love is not a rock quarry.
It should be.
It's more like an oil refinery.
Apt to go up in flames any moment.
Yes, apt to go up in flames any moment.
And toxic to the environment around you.
Yes. Amen. Can destroy whole ecosystems.
So we're dark and cynical.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I feel like my recent delve into non-singleness has sparked an interesting question that we need to discuss about
Sure.
best. I mean, unless you had more questions about... Or did you want to go into...
Well, and I have a game based on your relationship.
Of course you do.
Which we can get started right now.
Yes, let's do it.
So, this is called the Dating a Gamer quiz.
Yes, okay.
All right. Now, you as your dating life, if you convert it into video games, how would you answer these questions?
Okay.
So, what would your dating class be?
Dating class?
A, sharpshooter.
Okay.
B, psychological mage. Or C, barbarian.
I feel like if you put all of them together, that's who I would be. No, I don't like the implications of those. Like, sharpshooter, I'm just like picking women off at a distance.
Yes.
What? I got barbarian.
Down, yes.
No, I'll go with B, the psychological mage. Yeah.
Play mind games.
Right, I Jedi mind trick people into...
All right, good. Take notes, Megan. Take notes.
Yes.
What would your stats be for dating? A, 2+ wisdom.
Nope.
B, 3+ magic.
What?
Or C, 4+ toxic resistance.
I feel like that would definitely be her stat. +4 toxic resistance. But for me, it's probably B again, I think.
B? You have the magic.
I do have the magic.
You have the magic.
Got the magic.
Might not be very smart, but I'm magical.
Right, exactly. It just says +2. It doesn't say what the base stat was.
Yes. Well, he's improving.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
What would be the final boss of your dating career?
Ooh.
A, commitment monster. B, the embarrassing datinator.
Okay.
Or C, the Baron of horrible BO.
Again, I feel like D is like...
D? There's no D.
Oh, D. The C, sorry.
Yeah.
The C is her monster to overcome.
Oh, the Baron of horrible BO.
Yeah. But I feel like mine would again be B.
Be the embarrassing datinator. That would be your final boss.
My final boss, and she knows why.
Well, there is a weak spot.
Is there?
You go for the weak spot.
Right. Parking garages.
Yes. Yes.
Lots and lots of parking garages.
What power-ups do you need to help you on the date? A, mushroom of confidence.
Yes.
B, AK-47 ammo of wit. Or C, clear the stage bomb.
Again, like, I feel like letter B is just feeling me.
Yeah,
that's just where I'm at.
So you need
I need to reload.
You need a clip of wit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just rapid fire with the wit.
Yeah. What difficulty is your dating on?
Ooh.
A, casual. B, realistic. Or C, nightmare.
I feel like I can't answer A and C without getting in a lot of trouble.
Yes. But I can say that's true. Dating is usually realistic,
yes,
or casual. It's marriage that goes into nightmare mode.
Lynn, are you taking notes?
Yes, I know. She's probably the one who can be like, yes, I agree. This difficulty's so hard.
Right. No, I'm sure.
Yeah. How would your dating be a co-op game? A, survival.
Okay.
B, team deathmatch. Or C, gold rush mode.
Gold rush mode. Seeing as we both work in a ministry, separate, but
equal.
Also equal. I feel like gold rush mode isn't in our future. But also, like, I don't know if I feel the team deathmatch. I feel like that's not where our hearts are at.
You're there to conquer other couples.
Right, we're here. No, we're not here to win. But so I definitely think A. We're going
survival.
Yeah. Survival mode.
You'll make 8 waves.
That's what I'm. Just 8 waves.
What cheat would you use for dating?
Ooh.
A, infinite hearts. B, unlimited magic. or C, level skip?
The implications, Mike. The
Yes.
implications. No, I feel like unlimited magic is definitely...
Unlimited magic.
Yes. You don't
You know-
never want to run out of the old magic.
When the going gets tough.
The
You
tough
just-
gets the old stone cold.
Yes. The tough gets unlimited magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing a mage thing here going on.
Mm-hmm.
You're the magician of love. You make conversation appear.
Yes, I do.
What would be your special move?
Oh.
A, get over here. B, auto aim.
Autobot.
Or C, spirit bomb.
I love the idea of Spirit Bomb. I feel like
Spirit bomb.
just the absolute devastation that I would wrought with my
Yes.
of my talents and abilities.
If everyone's not defeated
Right.
through your relationship,
Exactly.
what's the point?
What is really the point?
Yeah. Which wingman would help you through the date?
Ooh.
A, Falco.
Yes.
B, Kirby. Or C, Donkey Kong.
Well, definitely not Falco. I don't trust that guy. He's definitely up to something.
Yes.
Trying to steal my girl.
He's always been the wingman.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not Slippy.
No.
No Slippies allowed. And I feel like Donkey Kong actually...
Your date would walk away with Donkey Kong.
Right. No, like, I don't think she would walk away. More so that, like, Donkey Kong would just kidnap her.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we look to his past and his
Yes.
track record.
Yes.
And he's... The first game that he was in, he definitely kidnapped Princess Peach.
Mm-hmm.
And so... And who doesn't want a lovable, squishy Kirby on their date?
Right, right. Because every girl would say, you know, Kirby, I love you. I'm
Right.
just not in love with you. You're not what I'm looking for.
Well, but also, like, Kirby has the ability to, you know, like, suck things in and then, like, transform.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't know, he could be many things for us on the date.
Yes.
And I feel like he'd be the ultimate wingman. He'd be like, oh, he forgot flowers. I'm flowers.
Oh,
Or,
yes.
Like, oh no, like, they ran out, they need to cross this river, let me be a boat. Or
Yes,
whatever it
yes.
is. So, like, I feel like Kirby would be the ultimate wingman. And he's soft and squishy, and he's cute.
Or I didn't bring any money for the movie. Can you eat this ticket vendor?
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, many things.
What is your dating story?
Mm.
A, just a humble architect making a world through mining blocks. B, a dragon is holding your princess hostage.
Mhm.
Or C, Chinese insurgents have taken over your country.
That one.
That one?
Definitely. Yes.
You're living on the edge?
Living on the edge. You know, and actually I think in that circumstance, I've been the one that's kidnapped, and she has begun full ninja to come save me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm definitely the damsel in distress.
Yes. I've always wanted to see an evil princess kidnap a dragon
Yeah.
and put them in a suburban home.
And then, like, all the minions try and come
Yes.
and save.
Yes, I would play that game in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
BioWare, get on that.
Yeah, your final ending twist.
Okay.
A, the princess is in another castle.
Okay.
B, she controls you with the phrase, would you kindly?
Oh no.
Or C, every decision you make ends with different colored flashing lights.
Different colored flashing lights. I definitely think it's A. My princess is gonna be in a different castle.
No, Megan, why?
Right? It's just what it is.
He's gonna visit your castle. And you're gonna send Toad?
Right. Toad.
As a breakup?
Right.
How?
Every
Why?
time. First of all, where are you getting a Toad from? I want one.
Yes.
Second of all, how did you not tell me you were a princess?
Right.
You had me paying for stuff all this time, and you have an entire kingdom at your disposal.
And why did I have to kill all this wildlife just to get into your castle?
Right.
Yeah.
Genocide is not a good way to base a relationship.
Yeah, no.
No
Absolutely
genocide.
not.
No
Yeah.
genocide.
So, that is, let me tally up your score.
Oh, you scored it.
Well, let's see. You are a psychological magician
Yes.
who uses manipulative magic to destroy others.
Yes.
In the same room with you.
Yes.
You have a henchman who will eat people.
Yes.
And you're gonna lose her in the end.
Right. Yeah. No.
So
that seems logical.
yeah.
Yeah. That seems.
So I'd say that's a pretty healthy dating career.
That's what I'm saying. A
Yeah.
career. It's a dating job.
Dating job. Yeah. So there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
He's hitched right now.
I don't know about hitched.
But what's one level down from hitched?
Because I feel like hitched implies that we're getting married.
Okay, you got hitched, but what's above hitched?
You mean below hitched?
Or below.
I think above hitched is like married for 50 years.
Yes. Below hitched, so like you stapled together?
Committed? I don't know.
Glue gun together?
Glue guns.
You guys are glue gunned.
We've been barrel rolled together.
Barrel rolled, yeah. So, he's not swiping left, ladies.
I think it's swiping right.
Oh, so he's not swiping right either.
I think swiping left is what I am doing.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Actually,
I'm not even on
He's
Tinder.
not even on Tinder. He's not even swiping.
I'm not even on Tinder.
Yes.
Mike, you're getting me in trouble.
I know. He's a good man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
An honorable one.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's my quiz.
Perfect.
What were you going to add to the conversation?
Well, I was just really excited to talk about the comic books.
Oh, yeah, the comic books.
So the best comic book relationships.
Mm-hmm. Now, I tried to go deep on this one because in fear that you would go with the all-American choices.
Well, I did and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have some classics on here. I have some odd ones, but you know.
Okay, so I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. Just in case. Okay, sweet. So my number one is Spider-Man Deadpool.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't see that coming, did you?
See that one coming. Yes.
So Deadpool famously has a man crush on Spidey, constantly harassing and annoying him, kidnapping him, forcing him to help him on missions.
Yeah.
All the while, Spidey always says no. His mouth says no, but his eyes say yes.
Yes. Yes.
And
the way he's dressed,
right,
he's asking for it.
But yeah, his so their interactions are always good for a laugh, and you know the two biggest mouths in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm reading an arc right now where everyone's personality gets inverted.
Okay.
So, Deadpool becomes a Buddhist man of love and peace, and he keeps following Spider-Man around, saying, "You're my sidekick. You're with me on this journey of love."
It's great.
But for my number one, I picked Thor and Loki.
Okay. Brothers.
They're always fighting each other.
Yes.
They're always angry at each other, downplaying each other.
Right.
But they would, in the end, they would never do anything to damage their relationship. They're always going to have the same relationship.
Right.
Mistrustful, yes, but with some modicum of respect.
Right. They respect each other's power, and I think even in their relationship that they've built, growing up together, I think Thor ultimately sees some good in Loki, but Loki has so much distrust of these guardians, and so I feel like they're always going to be at odds.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm interested to see how Thor Ragnarok plays out, and then into Infinity War, Loki's role.
They either have to make Tom Hiddleston beautiful and shirtless, or a good guy.
Right. Either way, I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Alright, my number two is a classic. I don't know if you have this, but it's the classic triangle: Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
Right. So I'm assuming you didn't put it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so one of my favorites, Jean Grey and Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, always famously had a thing. But like when Wolverine gets kind of introduced a little bit later on, in more in the golden age of comics, Silver Age, probably Silver Age. Silver Age, and the kind of formed this kind of unrequited love thing where Wolverine definitely loves Jean Grey, and with her eventual death with the Phoenix through the Phoenix Force, like the two of them kind of come to blows, but begrudgingly come out like as allies and friends over there. But I think another interesting thing to throw in there is Scott Summers also then falling in love with what's her name? Emma Frost.
Yes, and then they had to fight over that too.
Right, exactly. That's classic love triangle mismatch.
And I think that's just Wolverine being a predator. He waits for you to get a girlfriend of your dreams, and then takes her.
And tries to take her,
He doesn't want her until she's your boyfriend.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So, my number 2 is Bob from Hydra in Deadpool.
Okay.
Bob from Hydra is not as well known as the Spider-Man, but he's kind of like this aloof minion from Hydra that Deadpool recruits and kind of puts him in these dangerous situations, kind of with all this false encouragement, like you can do it, yes, try and shoot Apocalypse,
right, exactly.
or something like horrible like that, and like Bob just unwittingly just goes ahead with it,
right. But I think what kind of helps Bob in that situation is that he does have the merc with the mouth in his corner. I feel like this entire list could just be made up of like Deadpool and you name it. Have you seen like Deadpool and like Howard Duck?
No.
There's some stuff where they did that, or even in like the classic Deadpool Domino, like that's great.
Deadpool and Cable,
right?
That's a big one,
right? Yeah. So many bromances and romances, so little time.
And what's great about those Deadpool comics is, like 80% of that comic is just goofing off and bad decisions.
Right.
And then it's the 20% at the end where Deadpool like gets a conscience. And he's like, I'm doing this for love. Bob, you're my family. And then like
saves him.
He'll destroy Phoenix.
Right, exactly. That's exactly. I love that. Okay, so looking at my list, it's mostly Marvel. And I'm not sorry about that. They just do relationships better.
Oh, yeah? Well, yeah, go right ahead.
My number 3 is Spidey and MJ. Classic. I mean, I don't know what more needs to be said.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just... when you think of comic book relationships, there's one that might be mentioned later on from DC, but I think the one that competes is Spidey and MJ. And, like, that's just, like, a classic love story. Like, Girl Next Door... Secret love, requited love, then like I don't know, it's good. But also as Asterix, Gwen Stacy, I think. Also is worth talking about too. Spidey and Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and once you find out they're in love, then you have to kill them off.
Right, exactly.
Or separate them some way.
Actually, I don't think MJ dies. Do they kill? I don't think.
No, she doesn't die. But everyone hates the fact that Peter Parker chose Aunt May to live.
Right.
Over being separated from MJ.
Yeah.
And like everyone hates that. Like you chose a woman who's probably gonna die in a few years.
Right.
No offense.
Right.
But to be away from a classic relationship that you've had since the 60s.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I like the storytelling. Like, I feel like if Spider-Man picked MJ, that wouldn't be keeping in with his character. Like, Peter Parker would take Aunt May because Aunt May has literally been there since day one. And if he chose to save Mary Jane over her, like I feel like that would again be feeding into like the guilt of like losing Ben.
Yeah.
And he would never do that. He would do anything to save Aunt May.
Yeah. The authors explain that they tried to make it look like he was tricked into making that decision.
Mm-hmm.
It was some demon that made a deal with him. So.
Right.
Yeah. So my number 3 is Elongated Man and Sue Dibney from DC.
Yes.
Now this is like a very genuine love story. Because Elongated Man, he's like a B- character in the Justice League. And his story is that this once upon a time, this girl named Sue starts helping out the Justice League, and she has the choice to date Superman with his baby blue eyes and strong muscles, the Flash with his great physique, Aquaman, he's a king.
Right.
And she chooses the B- list, Elongated Man.
Right.
And it becomes like a true love story of the underdog.
Yes.
He calls himself he calls Batman and Superman, vanilla and chocolate.
Right.
And she chose the pecan.
Yes, the butter pecan.
Yes.
That is. I don't think I've seen a more accurate description of the Justice League in flavors. Yeah. And obviously the Flash is strawberry.
Yeah. What's Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman is Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think that's good. That's really good. That's adorable.
Adorable.
Okay. My number 4 is Tony Stark and himself.
Oh.
Didn't see that one coming, did you? I don't think there's a more beautiful relationship in all comic books than Tony Stark's love relationship with himself.
That's absolutely true.
If loving yourself was a superpower, Tony Stark would be a god.
He'd be alpha level.
He'd be a god.
Yes.
I love Tony Stark. I love the Tony Stark character. I love Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal. I feel like he's super faithful to the comic.
Absolutely, yes.
I love that he doesn't have necessarily like a superpower. Like he's smart, but he's not necessarily like the smartest, or he's still like his humanness still gets in the way of his intelligence. So it's not like Batman where his logic is like ironclad.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't have like character flaw.
Yeah.
And so whereas like Tony Stark does, but he gets like his superpower is in his humanness.
Right.
And you see that like in the first Avengers movie where it's just like he chooses to like fly into space with the nuke.
Yeah.
And sacrificing himself, and this idea that even though he had to overcome like himself.
Yeah.
To do that, and like I feel like that is and then his subsequent struggle with that.
Yeah.
But all the while with like this really cocky exterior of self-confidence and I feel like I just really identify with that. So like Tony Stark and himself, my number 4.
And in the Ultimates, he gets a tumor that makes him see the sun version of himself.
Yes.
Little Anthony Stark,
right,
who helps him hack into computers.
Yes.
So only he could fall in love with a younger version of himself. Yes.
Yep.
Number 4, I choose Batman and Alfred.
Oh.
And here's my reason. If you're Robin, he's going to talk down to you.
Right, exactly.
And exclude you. If you're Catwoman, he's always got to be worried about being manipulated or using her for his gains. But if you're Alfred, he's the only person he'll listen to and consider. He's the only person he'll argue with.
Right.
Yeah, everyone else, he just gives the cold shoulder.
Right.
Maybe Gordon.
Right.
But Alfred has the advantage of raising him. So.
Right, and knowing. Yeah. No, that's good. I like that. My last one also is Batman.
Yes.
And I think this is the greatest relationship of all time, and it's Batman and Joker.
Batman and Joker, yes.
Right. So I can't think of a better kind of dichotomy, and like one would not exist without the other.
Right.
And as classically told, throughout time, like in the Killing Joke, or even in the Batman movies, like The Dark Knight, like like Joker wouldn't exist without Batman, and
Right.
and Batman has no reason to exist if men like
Right.
Joker aren't there.
Yeah, there was an animated Batman cartoon where Batman's put on trial because him putting on a suit made everyone else go psychopathic.
Right, exactly.
And then at the end of the trial, they're like, no, you guys are psychopaths. And he had to put on a suit just to fight you.
Right.
So there's that question, who started?
Who started? Yeah. No, there's... And I don't know where I saw this, or this was in a comic book or a movie, or this was like a real thing. But like, there's... someone did like a... Don't quote me on this. But like, I feel like there was like a study that was like... There's like an equation that shows like escalating... Like escalating... I forgot what the term was, but essentially, like, if you have person with cape and cowl, the next person is here,
Yeah.
and then the next person is there, and then the cape and cowl has to escalate, and then
Right.
escalate, and there's like an escalating thing to the point where we just destroy the world.
Right. So my number 5 is based on a relationship that actually ruined all of time and discontinued a whole DC storyline. And that is Flash and Ms. Allen.
Yes.
The death of the Flash's mom made him go back in time. Going back in time destroyed everybody's timeline.
Right. Literally everything.
Everybody's timeline destroyed. And then it needed to be rebooted right after.
Right. Exactly.
No one's death has ever done that in any comic book universe.
Right.
Destroyed 70 years
Right.
of comic books.
Of comic book history.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. No. There's nothing. Yeah. No. In terms of implications.
Yeah.
And it's and I think Freud would have a field day with that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But yeah, no, definitely. I think that's really key to the Flash character, the Barry Allen Flash character. And yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the DC relationships are like dark.
They're so dark, yes. People have so much trouble with loss in the
Right.
universe.
Yeah. Oh, it's like in Marvel, like there's loss too, but like it's always overcome.
Yes.
And like in DC, it's just like, we'll leave it.
Better take up drugs.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the only hopeful one that I can kind of think of is, and I'm glad that nobody picked this because it's cliche, but Soups and Lois.
Yeah.
But even then, like, that's literally his greatest weakness, right?
Yeah.
Like, Superman has no weakness other than the fact that his weakness is that he can't be everywhere at once, and. If they ever found out about Lois, like they could use that to their advantage.
Yeah. What I hated about the Superman Lois Lane storyline is that no matter what happens to her, that Superman just says, "Of course I can. I'm Superman."
Right.
Like there was this one story arc where she's like terminally ill and she needs like this vampire blood to bring her back, but if you move 1 inch with the vampire blood, it becomes inert.
Right.
So he actually moves through galaxies and time to bring it to her, and he said, and the famous line is, "You can't do that. No one can." But then he's like, "But I'm Superman. I have to."
I hate it. That makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Soups. Sorry. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Yeah. So that was a good. It's been a while since we had a comic book chat.
Right.
It's good. I like it. So, yeah. I mean, do you have any honorable mentions that you wanna? I think mine is Superman, Lois.
Booster Gold and Skeets.
I was gonna say Booster Gold and himself.
Yes. An Iron Man Booster Gold team up.
Ooh.
Where they're both just looking in mirrors, admiring what they see.
I want a Booster Gold and a Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Chris Pratt's character.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. I want that team up.
Yes.
I feel like that would be a great team up.
Oh man. Waiting on you.
Yeah, your
Marvel. Disney.
Yeah. That came out last night,
Yeah.
right? This morning. I think we're gonna go see it tonight.
Woo.
We should.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you see it in the next couple of weeks, you should talk about it.
Yeah, we def should. Let's see. Any more on your front?
Let's see. I feel like I had one. Yeah. Starfire and Robin. Starfire Robin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin or Nightwing.
Nightwing. Sorry.
Is gonna have a hard time finding reasons to be attracted to her.
It's true, but yeah, no. I think just a classic kind of.
Yeah.
Will they? Won't they?
Will they? Won't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they make fun of it kind of in the movies and the comic books because they know that they kind of turn her into like this loose alien girl who has no idea what boundaries are.
Right.
She's
right.
like, I can just sleep with whoever I want and it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
They're just humans.
Right. They're just humans.
Yeah. So they kind of cheapened her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the new 52.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, I like the Green Arrow and Canary.
Yeah.
Classic though, not the stupid Arrow version.
Right.
I hate you, Laurel. I hate you.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a great. There was a comic book series where they had to get ready for their wedding. I don't know. It's called the Green Arrow Black Canary Wedding.
That sounds incredibly lame.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Superman and Jimmy Olsen.
Did they get married?
No, but they definitely have some boy love going on.
It's so funny, yeah. I know Jimmy Olsen had his own comic book series called My Pal Superman. Yeah. Which you have to say like a nerd.
Right. Like Jimmy Olsen is the biggest nerd.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I got. I don't do. Is there anything else that maybe you wanted to talk about?
I only had one deep question.
Thanos and his Infinity Glove. Sorry.
Yes.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your deep question?
So that Bill Nye series just came out.
Mm-hmm. Bill Nye Saves the World.
Yep, and it's getting a lot of controversy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the big deal is. I haven't seen it, so I can't really.
I saw a singular episode.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for adults, right?
It's not like R-rated,
right.
but it's not like him in like kid character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just pretty much lectures that are kind of interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, imagine like a TED Talk mixed with Mythbusters mixed with liberal rhetoric.
Of course. So, a question of the day, and this is something that I've always wanted to know, is how should Christians react to scientific information? And I put information in quotes.
Sure.
That is against their biblical knowledge.
Sure. And I think, for the record, I think global warming is a thing. I think that's a consequence of our actions and us not being good stewards of like what God has given us.
Right.
And I think that is in line with what God talks about, like in Revelation, and like the destruction of our planet. And
right.
But do I think that we're going to see the end result of that? No, I think God is God is going to come back before that. But I think, and for the longest time, science, like into and through the Enlightenment, was used to prove the existence of God.
Mm-hmm.
But then since like the turn of the century, since like World War I, World War II, I think that's when there's kind of shift, this idea of modernism and postmodernism, kind of then had us start questioning like the world around us and questioning whether God is real. And like Nietzsche and like whoever else you want to talk about, like Edison, whatever, and just starting to the questions of the existence of God, and even like the classic like Darwin, like even he still went to Bible college, like he
right. His
like,
dad was like a preacher, wasn't
a minister, and he had like a religious background, and he and if you like actually take a look at what he was writing about and studying, it wasn't this idea of like, oh, we evolved from like little tiny bacteria and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but he was talking about like this idea of microevolution where and stuff that we can see now, and like that's why we have a million different dog breeds. Like like they all came from a single like a single dog or a single wolf or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just with selective breeding, like we got to where we are today with all these dogs. And it's like I firmly believe that science and religion can go hand in hand. Like I feel like science can only prove the existence of God. And, you know, it says in the Bible, you know, like the heavens declare the glory of God. So
absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned that, because even the Ark story talks about them bringing every kind of dog.
Exactly.
And then we got multiple different kinds of dogs from that through micro changes.
Right.
But I'm looking more at the on CNN. Big wig scientist says, you know, we found the genome, we found the cell that created evolution.
Right.
Or we found this way to date things a billion jillion years. How would we react? How would you tell others to take that information?
I don't know. I and my philosophy, like whenever I see stuff like that, it's just like I just take it with a grain of salt. Like it's not. I know that my God is bigger than that, and honestly, like I'm not threatened by it, and I don't think that people should get up in arms about it. And like, yeah, I think we should be intelligently informed about it, but I don't think that it should come to the point where you know, we come to blows over it on the internet. I think ultimately, like, our goal is we should be wanting to build relationships, not destroy them over the internet.
Right. And the big hot button issue is global warming.
Sure, yeah.
Which I know why people don't want to believe it, because they say the end result of global warming is it floods the earth.
Yeah.
And that contradicts God's promise of the rainbow. Sure. But on the other hand, I mean, if you take that out of the equation, yes, it's definitely within our theology to destroy the earth through carelessness. I mean, if you told me the opposite, if you said the earth is getting better through our sin, I'd be like, oh, that's not biblical.
Right, exactly. And and I think that the key difference is that God says that He's not going to flood the earth with rain, and that was the point of His promise, not because of our carelessness, right? Like He's not gonna bail us out, and like our earth is only gonna get worse, and I think that's just like you said, it's a symptom of our sin.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely not qualified to talk about this.
Right. I'm always perplexed by the stories in the Bible and how today's top scientists feel the need to throw it away, and the temptation to go along with them and saying, yeah, it's impossible to put 1,000 animals into a boat, and it's impossible for a fish to eat a man and him to still be alive.
Right.
I think that it's definitely an obstacle.
Sure.
We as the church have to face.
Sure. And I think that's where faith comes in, and I think those things can't be explained by science because they're not meant to be. Right. They're to be taken on faith, and they're to be taken as a miracle. But yeah, no, I think that's a question that I think an individual, like, you have to take on an individual basis, and and I think and this has always been my whenever I've engaged in a conversation with somebody, I'm like, especially if they're a Christian, it's just like this idea of all that other stuff is debatable and negotiable. Like, we can talk about the parting of the Red Sea, or we can debate about like the Virgin Birth, all these other things. Like, that's all debatable. Like, we can talk about that all day. But as long as you hold on to this idea that Jesus loves you and Jesus died for you, like that's all you need.
Yeah, with the background information that He literally was on the earth
Yeah.
He literally fulfilled all
Yeah.
the promises God said he would.
Yep.
And he did that thing with the death and the coming back.
Exactly.
Because, without those things, he's Mr. Rogers with a gravestone.
Exactly. Yeah. So, with the caveat of,
Mm-hmm.
that he's Lord. But, I don't know, I think we waste so much time causing division and fighting with these people when we should be loving them and engaging them where they're at and yeah.
And you draw upon a truth. Like, if Jesus said, it should start with Jesus.
Right.
If he said he is who he is and he did all those things,
Right.
then the Old Testament stuff should be easy. Should be just the next logical step.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good chat.
Good chat. Yes.
Good chat.
I'm trying to put a good chat in every time.
Yes, something we're thinking of. We're actually doing good for time, so we got time for super snack.
Well, first of all, you know how I just wanted to show you this, but you can also try it too. You know how it's frowned upon to market cigarettes to kids?
Yes.
Well, what if someone made candy cigarettes, which I thought these were frowned upon and a black mark on society. But if you could announce what you're opening right now.
It says W.C. King's candy. It literally looks like a cigarette box.
Yes, you could pull it out of your pocket and it looks like you're about to light up.
Right. Which we are.
Mine is actually called Lucky Light, so they're not even hiding the fact that it's a cigarette.
Right.
So this is hugely frowned upon, and I can't believe Big Lots sells it for 50 cents.
I actually can.
Yes.
Is this... Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh.
Nope, we're good.
And just as I imagined...
It looks like chalk.
It looks like a piece of chalk. A very thin cigarette, maybe made in France.
Yes. I'm having difficulty opening mine. There we go. It's very minty smelling.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna do these until I turn 146.
I don't feel cooler.
The filter is horrible on these.
You know what it tastes like? It literally just tastes like all filter. This is no. What example are we setting for the kids, Mike?
Kids do not buy candy shaped like drugs or sins.
Exactly. Unless it's Ariana Grande, the drug.
Yes.
That's fine.
Not the singer.
Not the singer.
But the real thing I want to try...
Oh, no.
...is I want to have a beech nut chugging contest with you.
Oh, no.
Using apple, mango, and carrot puree.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, my God. You're tapping into my fears.
Fears of baby food?
Yeah. What is it? How does this work? I don't like mushy, Mike.
Oh, this is all mushy. Now, this is made for babies, so they're not going to hide it with sweet stuff.
Well, it's made full of fruit.
Yep.
Cool. Squeeze and serve right out of the pouch.
Yeah.
You can warm it.
Yes. Make a nice snowman's pie with it.
Ugh. It says stage 2, 6 months and up. I guess that's us.
Yes.
I've seen, adults consume these.
Right.
For real.
Now we're going to be one of them.
Oh, God. It's gross looking.
Are you ready to... So,
to
apple,
gross.
mangoes, and carrots is what we're about to consume.
Mike, you're killing me.
All right, ready? 1, 2, there you go.
It's weird.
I mean... You know what's sad? This might be the healthiest thing I eat all day.
Can't do it, Mike.
You can't do it?
Can't do it, Mike. It's like Neosporin.
It's got more sugar than I realized.
It does.
We'll be intoxicating our kids with.
It tastes fine. It's the mouthfeel, man.
It's the mouthfeel?
It's literally just Neosporin.
It's Neosporin. For the record, don't eat Neosporin.
It's probably not that bad for you. I mean, you put it in your wounds, so consuming it probably not that bad for you.
You'll be cauterized from the inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm sorry. Like, I can't make that funny.
We've eaten baby food.
We've gone opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
We've done a lot of things on the show today, Mike.
You know, they need nicotine flavored baby food.
No, Mike. No. Stop it. This is a family veterinary podcast.
Yes.
And but what did you learn today, Mike? What did you?
Oh man, I learned that Deadpool is story writing gold.
Right. I mean, relationship goals.
Yeah. You just put him with anyone,
Right.
and you have a hilarious movie idea.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I learned that, put in the context of video games, I'm an awful boyfriend.
Psychological mage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What are we gonna talk about next time, Mike? I feel like we haven't overpromised in a while.
Oh, we gotta overpromise. Huge time. Well, we need a special guest.
Oh, Deadpool will be on.
Deadpool will be on. And right after that, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work.
Mysterious.
We're gonna be talking on the voicemails of Keira Knightley.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Leaving cryptic messages.
Yes, to Keira Knightley. And also we will be appearing on an episode of One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
The remix.
The remix.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a roundtable reading of the next episode of One Tree Hill.
And now I have to take Adam to his job.
Yeah,
which is taking logs off of orphans found in the forest.
You would think that it's not a very like big job, or like a job that like there's a need for, but surprisingly, there are a lot of orphans trapped under trees.
Yeah, logs are falling on orphans
every day,
daily.
10 cents a day, actually, if you give it to this podcast,
Yes.
goes towards saving those kids.
It's your thing is called Log Off.
Yes, exactly. That's so good. That's so good. That's Log Off.
Yes.
I originally thought that Little Dabbies was gonna be the name of this, but it has to be Log Off.
Brought to you by Log Off and
Exactly.
Little Dabbies.
And Little Dabbies, corporate sponsors.
Yes.
So have a great day, guys. Shout out to you, Megan, for dealing with my shenanigans and being a joke on the podcast.
Amen.
Amen. Anything for the pod, Mike.
Yes.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
I didn't hang up again.
Oh.